Welcome to the InforMaven AI Update, a podcast for higher education administrators to discuss the practical use of AI and intelligent agents. I'm JD Mosley-Matchett, the founder and CEO of InforMaven, a company that helps you work smarter by harnessing the power of intelligent agents. And this month, our guest is Brian Moynihan, the Director of AI and Automation Projects at Duke University and author of the best-selling book, AI Culture Shift. What's most exciting and concerning about AI's next phase? Looking 5 to 10 years ahead, how might AI reshape the core administrative functions of universities, and what new skills will higher education leaders need in order to be able to thrive in that kind of an environment?
I think AI in general, as we think about both the good old fashioned AI, well, it's more about prediction, right? And thinking about what we can predict. And so we can become more anticipatory about needs. So administrative functions, you can think about forecasting enrollment trends and budget needs and HR, and then the sorts of things that are going to be coming up. So if we can sort of get ahead of things in that sense and start to predict where things might be going, I think that would be really good. We're definitely going to see more interconnection of data, which we've talked about before. So if you've got the directory, if you've got these administrative systems, you've got the grades, and wherever all the different tech systems that are being found in the university, being able to combine them becomes really helpful. If you have a chatbot and the student asks a question, they want to know, who's this student, what classes are they in, how does this, where in the database does this make sense for them, and combining that together to an answer. And same thing for people who, staff, faculty, anyone who's sort of interacting. And so I think the new skills are a little bit more about polyintelligence, like to think about strategy, to think about data, empathy. I think that people have been bullish on the humanities. I came from a humanities background originally, but also have a background in business and tech. But I think where those three things come together, to me, has been really critical. The technology becomes part of leadership, but you don't need to, learn how to code and do all these things yourself. But you need to be able to think of where the technology fits into your mission, your organization, and how that works with people. And it will be a time, inevitably, as we've already seen, of more or less near constant change. So I think those human elements of change management, thinking about AI literacy, data-informed decision-making, ethical governance, those things are all going to be important. And then some of that just comes down to just straight old-fashioned storytelling, to be like, okay. And to me, I spend a lot of time about metaphor. Like, what's our metaphor here, right? Or frameworks? Because the SHOT framework is it's a shorthand for being like, okay, we're going to lay the groundwork here, and then we can start building that out. One of the metaphors I like is like a coloring book. It's like a framework is like, you're not starting with a blank page, color whatever you want, but there's some lines there that kind of give you some guidelines. Like, okay, this is where we're going. It gives you a little bit of structure to start working in. So you could use whatever framework you're using to think with as those things, and metaphors for understanding AI. And our metaphor for understanding AI is shifting, right? So is AI more like a junior person, like a teaching assistant, somebody who comes to work for you? They're smart, but they don't know your work. Is AI more like a concierge? You come to them and it kind of brings you what you need. And so when you think about these different metaphors, even each one of them will bring out different aspects of what we're doing. So if for your particular organization, for the people you serve and your context, what are those metaphors that sort of resonate with people? And then really keep them focused on the bottom line. If they only remember one thing about what they're trying to do, sometimes that metaphor can get it across really well.
Please visit InforMaven.ai to hear the entire interview.